I'm going to show you the products and all that good stuff. My hair is in the process of like air drying, so that's kind of why it looks a little crazy. But the hair is actually from Beauty Forever Hair, and I have a video that'll be up showing you guys it styled and looking cute. I'm going for like more of a smoky look, so I don't have to have anything look so vibrant. But I'm gonna just go over one more layer of this concealer. And this is the Tarte concealer in Tan Sand. Tarte concealer in Tan Sand. This is a great like primer too, if you don't really like any other primers that's out there. But if you are searching for a good primer to like get your really vibrant shades to pop, I always, if you're a brown girl, I always say do Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. You can't go wrong with it at all, unless you put too much, and then you'll be struggling to blend it out. So this is the True Match powder in Cocoa, and like I said, I like it because it's like the perfect brown for me and a great transition shade. I'm going in with my 439 brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to pack this shade on my eyes first, and then I'm going to do circular motions. The reason why I pack is because that's how you get the most intensity. And then when you blend to blow out. Remember to take your concealer in here. I remember back in the day I didn't realize how important that was, but the more I start working on my eyeshadow looks, I realized that all of this needs to be blended and smoked out as much as your transition area, because that's a part of your transition area. You can use a smaller brush to get more like definition and dimension. I'm gonna use this 501 brush from Morphe. Do you guys buy stuff and because you're just like excited that you bought it, you don't even open it? Does that make sense? Am I the only one out there that doesn't? Like, I have these little Morphe brushes that I was just so excited that I bought because they were, this is the Morphe 505 brush. I was just so excited that they were inside of another location that I had no idea that they even sold Morphe there, because in the Ulta, this is before Ulta was even selling Morphe. I think they're selling Morphe now. I'm gonna take this color from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Yeah, I didn't even know that they sold Morphe until I went to my Ulta looking for a palette, and she was like, do you know that such and such area actually has a Ulta that sells Morphe inside? If you go there, they may have the palette that you're looking for. And I went there and I like lost my mind, and I bought a whole bunch of shit, and half of the stuff that I bought is not even open yet. And that's the whole point of that story, to let you know that something is wrong with me. If you hear tapping, don't ask me what it is, because I have no idea. Packing brings most of the color out first, and when you blend it out, that's when you get that gradient look. Eye contour brush. I actually got this brush, like the pink brushes that you see me using in my videos now. I actually got them from Marshall's, and they're pretty good. I love the bronzer brush. So as you can see, the more dense the brush, the more color impact that you'll have. So you can bring the color up as high as you want, because when you're doing a look like this, I feel like you have to shape your eye, especially if you have like lids like mine. They get hidden really easily, so I have to drag my colors up high for you to actually see what's going on and all this hard work that I'm putting in, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so that's kind of what I was going for. I didn't really want to do like a full smoky eye like all over my lids, because I feel like my outfit is like jet black. Let me tell you, I bought these shits and I don't even use them. Like, I don't know if they burn my eyeballs either. I think my eyes are irritated from them, and I think they're like drying out. I don't know. I feel like people rant and rave over certain shit. I just be like, about was to look for my mixing medium, and this is actually from MAC. You can get it online if you're not a pro artist from MAC. I'm using the Morphe 432, and I'm just going to make me a little space in the center of my lid, really focusing it on the inner part too. And the goal is to make this like go a little tacky before you apply the color that you want to use in the center, the lid space you wish you had, you know. And that's kind of like up in my crease a little bit for me. So like, as you can see, I'm stopping it right there. I'm not trying to get too carried away, but I'm still putting it in a area that is just like, okay, sis, you know, make sure you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna take a more like coppery shade, this one right here, and mixing it with this one too. So this and this, going back and forth. And then I'm gonna place it right up in there. I'm gonna place it right up in there. Same for the other eye. Because Fix Plus can kind of like make it a little bit more like runny, and then it will be messy, and it still won't be as vibrant as you can make it with your mixing medium. So mixing medium, definitely worth purchasing, and it's really not expensive at all. So get your hands on it and get it from MAC.com. Don't be cheap and try to get it from eBay, because it's not really. It's like this should have like a little bit more silver tone in it. So I might go in with my Kat Von D and grab a little bit of this, right? And put it like right up in here at the top part. You know, just a little razzle dazzle 3-dimension tease. Nothing that you can't do at home, sis. You know? You know? Just like Kevin Gates got 2 phones, I can have 2 tongues. You know what I'm saying? Little silver logo, baby. The beating of the face. Bitch, I did the race. So it's time to beat this face. Start off with concealer, because you guys know that that's my thing. I actually have another concealer that I bought, but because I'm going with a super dark eye since I'm going with a super like dark eye look, I'm gonna make sure this area is super bright. But I actually picked up, so look, this is it. I love NARS packaging. It's just like so sleek and velvety to the touch, and it just makes you just want to eat the box. I just love it. Isn't this so pretty? This is in the shade Walnut, and it's so funny how this is called Walnut, and I have something else that I use that's called Walnut, and it's two totally different shades. So I'm gonna just use this. I just love this color. Thumbs up this video if you're feeling this color. Like, this can't go wrong at all, especially on women of color. Let me know. Let me know if I'm late to the game. All right. I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. No, I'm sorry. My LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation mixed with my NARS Macau Foundation. I don't even know why I mixed this, because your girl has gotten a tan. I'm so used to mixing it, but it'll be okay, because I'm just gonna warm up my face really good with my contour shade. I'm going to use my Walnut shade from Anastasia. No, it melted. That's how you know it's hot in Georgia. I'm gonna have to throw that away. I'm gonna use this Morphe 439, and I'm gonna stipple it in. So this is what makes this such like a full coverage look, but still natural, with the next steps that I'm about to do. So I've been getting facials lately and stuff, and that noise. I've been getting facials lately, and my facial lady, Elle, is here to tell me that I am normal to dry skin. I don't know if that's changed just because the older I've got, but I've always thought that I was combination. So she told me something new about myself. I don't know if I believe that all the way, but I still feel as though that I have to set. I feel like if you were normal to dry, like if you put makeup on and you don't get oily, then you can tell me that I'm normal to dry. But if I feel like if I don't have this powder on my face in certain areas, then you can say that. But yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go to Sephora and get me one of those like really tiny beauty blenders. because I feel like it'll come really handy in like these areas of my face. Put this much powder on, like I said, it's just like I'm just obsessed with this powder. But I just want to show you guys this matte look, but you could also make it look glowy and luminous and dewy and all that good stuff. And I set my contour shades, and I set my contour shades using my micro smooth powder from Sephora. And this is because I don't want to use a powder that's too dark first on top of this dark contour, because then that's when things starts getting patchy and muddy. So as you can see, it's coming together. I usually like letting the rest of the powder just like melt into my skin, and if it still isn't like all the way melted by the time I'm finished doing all of these extra steps I'm about to do next, then that's when I just press it in using a more buffing brush. I press my powders in because when I used to sweep it away, I'm such a heavy-handed person that I felt like I used to like be dragging everything off of my face, and I just don't have time for that anymore, so I just press it in. And because I mix my Laura Mercier powder with my Sacha Buttercup powder, it's just so much easier to get that like perfect shade for me. And then that's why it's so easy to like melt into my skin. I Stay Matte But Not Flat powder in golden. I have cocoa and golden. And I just like using this just to kind of like warm me up a little bit more. And also use it as bronzer. But what I'm here to say, I'm not gonna go in using cocoa right now to warm my face up as a bronzer, because I did use that Bobbi Brown bronzer. I mean this Bobbi Brown foundation stick in Cool Espresso, and it's pretty like, you know, dark for my skin complexion to use to contour. So if I put like more so of a darker powdered color called cocoa on top of that, I feel like that's just gonna make it look too harsh. So what I'm gonna do is take some more powder, and I'm using my contour shade, my complexion contour palette from Black Radiance, and I'm using the contour shade and the sculpted shade, and this is just to warm me up, get that glow going. And as you can see, that's why this is considered to be my matte look, because we just used about 4 different powders on our face. Now what I like doing is going in with my golden, and I'm just like setting the sides of my nose with this. The areas that I would usually put the darker color to contour with, but I didn't do it today because I'm just gonna do a powder contour. And I'm just using this color. So as you can see, it's not giving too much, but if you wanna give a little bit more, you can go in with cocoa and hit like the higher parts, just so you can get that definition that you're looking for. I like kind of like contouring on one side of my nose. I feel like it's unnecessary for me to do both, and then I like to like focus the rest on like the tips of my nose. Now that we're pretty matte, I kind of like leaving this part like that dewy, like, you know, natural glow look effect. So what I'm going to do what I'm going to do now is just press the remaining of the powder into my skin. Favorite powder to highlight with, and this is the Artist Couture in Conceited. Perfect if you're a woman of color, and perfect if you don't like a really crazy highlight, because trust me, you can get crazy with this, but it'll disappear as long as you have the right tool to like sweep off the remaining of the product that you don't want on your face. And I'm just gonna use whatever is left to put on my brow bone. Certain spots would stick to certain areas, and then it would be so hard for me to like try to blend it out. So that's why I really love this. I'm gonna use my setting spray, and let me tell you about this spray. A lot of you were asking like, Tati, this doesn't give you like that glitter look. I don't know what happened, but when it got down to like this much left, I feel like all the particles that made it look so good when I first bought it are all down here. If you shake it up, it's 10 times worse. If you just try to spray it without shaking it up and it's all the way down here, it's just a hot ass mess. So it's so much product that's left over, but I cannot use it. I'm thinking about putting it inside of my Fix Plus if that's even possible, or like trying to put it in something else that I like and then like spritz it on, because I do like the fact that it is glitter in it, but I don't like as much glitter as it shows up. Like, it looks a hot ass mess, so I had to leave that alone. But I love this freaking spray when it's full, and I'm not here to gamble with getting another one and what if it does the same thing and it's still full. So I'm just gonna leave that right there and try to do something with it on another day. Maybe I can spray it on my body if I want like glitter on my body, but yeah. This is the key to making a matte face glowy again. All of that powder just sets into your skin. It doesn't feel as tight as it once did. This is a product that won't let you down at all. It won't change on you. The formula won't switch up on you. So if you're looking for something that you want to set your face with and it's a really good setting spray, use Fix Plus by MAC. It won't let you down, I promise. I haven't tried like the colored ones. I don't feel like I need to. So don't ask me if I have. Like, what the f is the color supposed to do? Alright, so I don't like it to get all the way dry because I like going in with my highlighter brush, taking the Artist Couture palette and taking the highlighter that I was using, the Artist Couture, and Concede It, taking the top, tapping off any extra, and then hitting the high points. Before you do this, if you want to put blush on, do that. But as you know, I'm not really a blush girl. And if I have a dark eye, I'm not playing with no blush. Actually Transformed by MAC. That's not this. This is Peach Stock. But I might mix Naturally Transformed and Peach Stock together because I can always count on them to look good. And I do have like a little bump that is annoying as fuck. And I might just cover them with this mole. Boom. And boom. When you have a mole, use a black liquid liner to save your life. I'm gonna comb out my brows because I do have a little powder in them. Some of you guys asked me that question, like, if you clean your brows up and then fill them in, do they look better? Hell yeah, they do. They do, they do, they do. Yeah, so this is how my hair looks. I'm here for it. I don't have anything else to say other than get you some beauty forever hair. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you babes in my next video.